Hey there, this is Frank Klesitz, the CEO of Viral Marketing. Welcome to this month's edition of the Database Marketing Hangout, where our job is to find out what's working specifically with building a database. What are we doing to build a database, get contact information, or in the case of the Viral Marketing Plan, get email addresses to attract people into your list. What are you doing to stay in touch with those people, to educate them and be of value and be of service with education-based marketing, which here at Viral Marketing, we interview you on a HD webcam to create at least 2 educational Q&A video tips that you send out to your database every month. And finally, what are you doing to prioritize your proactive follow-up? So looking for the business as opposed to waiting for it to come to you. What are you doing to reach out, and how do you reach out to the people who are watching those videos or consuming that content to motivate someone to take action, to refer you or do business with you faster? And that's what the Viral Marketing Plan is. That's what all of our clients here do at Viral Marketing. They want to get more sales from their database. They want to increase retention, improve referrals, increase repeat business. So they decide, I'm going to start collecting more information, staying in touch with my customers and the people I know, publishing information to them, and then prioritizing follow-up. And one of our great clients on Truckee, did I say that right? Truckee, Christy?
Truckee.
Truckee. There we go. Not
Yes,
Truckee. Truckee.
That's
and
right.
Truckee, California, over in Lake Tahoe area,
Mm-hmm.
is seeing great results. She's a wonderful real estate agent, sells a lot of real estate. And what we're going to talk about today is she's very successful in the Viral Marketing Program. I want to find out why. What is she doing? Why is she successful? Why are some people not successful and others are? And we're going to dive into those 3 things. What is she doing to build an email database? What is she doing to stay in touch with them? And what is she doing to prioritize follow-up? So, Christy, thank you for being on this. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's just kind of start with the story of where you came from, how you heard about viral marketing, why you got involved, what some of your fears were, how you got started, and the results you're seeing now. I want to kind of take that storyline. And then once we get that story down, we're going to talk about really go deeper on why you're successful at that and what you're doing to be successful. So tell me just a little bit about maybe how you ended up in real estate or how you got your first get going in the business.
Well, I started real estate back in 1999, actually with my father selling big commercial deals and apartments and that sort of thing. And then in order for me to help my father, I had to get my real estate license. So I got my license and I started selling residential houses up here, and I actually really liked it. And then at that point, I thought, I really need a mentor. I need someone to show me how to do this. And so I came across Mike Ferry. And that was at the end of 1999, beginning of 2000. So I've been a Mike Ferry agent from 2000 up to now, from the beginning. And I have been pretty dedicated to his system. I haven't really varied to a lot of other systems. And then when I saw you in your company, because you were linked in with Mike Ferry for a little while, I thought that was interesting. But it wasn't until I talked to Monica Diaz, who is a very successful agent as well, and she showed me what the success was that she was having with your company, and that was pretty much how I got involved with you guys.
So when you started, what were you doing to stay in touch and work your database before viral marketing? What did that look like?
Well, so I would just simply, I would use Top Producer. I'd have everyone in my database, and I just had everyone on a 3-month call cycle. And then I would send out a birthday card to everybody and a Christmas card, and that was pretty much it.
Okay. So then you had to make this decision that you wanted to communicate more. Now, why didn't you do that sooner or try it on your own or go other methods to communicate more with the database? As opposed to waiting to hire us.
Yeah, it's so interesting because so many times someone would list their property and I'd be like, oh my God, they're on my database, but I haven't talked to them in 3 months or 4 months. And I'd had so many people in my list from collecting the amount of people over the years because, back in the beginning in 1999 and 2000, Mike Ferry said, if you have 1,000 people in your database, the 10% rule, you'll have 100 deals. So I've been working all these years, like getting my database to 1,000 people where I can get 100 deals from them.
You literally have 1,000 people that you've gotten permission to stay in touch with who you've met or you know at some level.
Yes, exactly. And then
how long did it take you to do that?
14 years.
It's incredible. Okay, so you have that. You're expecting where your 100 deals are. Is that right?
Yeah.
So a year ago, how many deals were you doing all before viral marketing? How many were you doing total?
So right now I do, last year I did 40 deals or 37.
Hmm.
And this year I'm on track to do 60 deals.
Good for you. Okay.
Hmm.
Do you know how many before deals viral marketing came from your 1,000-person database?
Like, you mean from this year?
Well, yeah. So basically, well, what I want to know is what I'm trying to get at is how much business were you getting before you started increasing the communication with your database? So you had 1,000 people.
Oh,
You were getting only how many deals with that following the system you were using before?
yeah. So even with 1,000 people in my database, I was only getting maybe 20 or so total from 1,000 people. So I knew I wasn't doing something right, right? Because the 10% rule was not working.
Hmm.
So now I know that I'm probably getting, you know, at least one extra deal per month from viral marketing. So at least I'd say 35 or 40 or so now from just my center of influence in my database.
Okay. So what were some of your big fears to starting and spending the money and putting yourself on camera and all these things? Tell me some of your concerns about doing all this, because I know you were trained for a long time to avoid a lot of these
Yeah.
things.
Yes, exactly. And I was fearful that I wouldn't say the right thing and I wouldn't provide enough service to my customers. So I was afraid I'd email out my customers and they'd tell me to take them off their list, or I thought it would be kind of negative. And I have sent out bulk emails before and they weren't that successful and people were just thinking it was more like spam than actual value. So every time I would send something to my list, I'd be kind of nervous because I didn't want to offend them. I wanted them to keep me in mind when it was time for real estate, but I didn't want to be this like spammer or, that sort of thing. So that was probably my biggest fear.
Okay. So you engage with viral marketing. Now tell me a little more about Monica Diaz and why that convinced you to do this. How did that happen? What's the story there?
Well, she did like an informational video, I think with you guys. And I know that she used to make, 35 to 50 contacts a day. And she was grinding it out just like I'm doing. And she went totally in your direction and utilized internet marketing and that sort of thing. And it sounds like now she has a lot more free time and she's not spending, 3 to 4 hours every day looking for business. It's a little bit more refined.
And that's an incredible story. If you Google Monica Diaz viral marketing, she's a realtor out of Covina, California, doing I don't know, maybe 50 deals a year selling real estate, but door knocking and hard outbound, talking
Crazy.
to strangers all day long to get the business.
Right.
And then we
Yes.
basically shifted that with the help of her new husband 100% to talking to people she knew all day long and
Yes.
marketing to people that she knew. And now she's almost doubled her business, but without having to make any more calls. She's still making calls, but no more talking to strangers, talking to people that she knows, as well as using some online reviews that we do here at Viral as well. So you saw that, and you're like, maybe this might be easier, or you like
Yes.
that idea? Okay.
Yes. I like that idea a lot.
So you signed up. Tell me about the first year experience just getting started. What was that like?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was really quick. I saw results right away, which was encouraging. And Jason just pretty much gave me a list of topics to talk about. And what's really funny is that I don't do a lot of preparation. I might do like 15 to 20 minutes to get the numbers correct and my statistics up to date. But it's amazing how much you know in this business. Jason just asked me the questions. I just answer them, and I send you the video, and that's it. It's so easy.
So when it comes to the topics, Jason, your success coach here at Viral Marketing, is giving those to you.
Yeah, he gives me those, and then lately I just listen to what my clients are saying during the week and then just try to handle that sort of objection or think about what would be of value to people right now and then just go for it. It's really easy. I thought it would be a lot more complicated.
Well, let's step back before we go into a little more of the videos. Let's talk about building the list. So you were fortunate to come to Viral Marketing with 1,000 people
Yes.
that you've met over 14 years. And
Yes.
probably one of the reasons why you're seeing immediate results. Well, let's say you
Yes.
didn't come in with that list and you decided to engage with us and work with us. What are you doing to build your list to keep growing it, which I'm assuming you're doing?
Yeah, it's actually really easy to build a list if you keep it simple. So, if you just, number one is I still make a lot of just listed, just sold calls. And so it's so easy. Anyone that's interested in real estate, if you're enthusiastic and tell them about real estate, basically they're gonna, if they find an interest, I just ask them, hey, would you like to stay updated with the market? And they usually say yes. And then I say, well, what's your email address? And they give it to me. And then I say, fantastic. And is it okay for me to keep in touch with you? And they say, yeah, that would be great. And then I just put them down and away we go. And I put them in top producers. So I'm very systematic, because beforehand, if you're not systematic, you'll get their email, or you forget what you talked about, or that sort of thing. So it's really important you stay, you keep track of what you've said and who they are, and just take an interest in them and their property. And then it's pretty easy to get email addresses from just listed, just sold. And then,
but how many people are you talking to in a week?
I try to talk to 30 people a day. It varies between 100 to 150 people a week.
And then how many of those people will give you their email address? I'm assuming you're asking after every conversation for an email if it's a quality conversation.
Yeah, they don't stay.
How many email addresses are you putting in your list a week?
Well, I would say in the just listed, just sold calls, I'd say probably 3 out of 10 will give me their email address. And they don't go in my database anymore unless they give me an email address. I'm not going to stay in touch with them unless it's valuable. So, and I don't want them clogging my database either. They have to be nice, and they have to give me their email address, and I have to have a valid phone number, and they go in. But if not, then I don't bother.
So how many people would you say you're adding to your database a month?
I think I'm probably adding, I try to add at least 20 to 30 people every month. And then I'll try to take out those people that I don't like talking to or aren't going to give me business. So I'm continually cycling through the database so that the people, it doesn't clog me down, and it keeps me in a positive mindset.
Great. So when it comes to your videos, you set aside one time a month, and how long does it take you to actually record the 2 videos on the webcam?
Oh, it takes, I don't know, 10 minutes probably. It takes 5 minutes to do the video, and it probably takes me 10 minutes to upload it to Jason and do whatever else we do. So talking and everything.
So you're talking to people anyway.
Yeah.
And so you're saying it takes maybe an extra 10, 15 minutes a month of work to get an extra deal a month?
Yeah, well, overall, yeah, it's probably an hour. Let's say an hour and a half. Yeah.
Because we have to go a little bit further, is that you're also calling, let's move on to the people that watch those videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So tell me more about that. You get these reports, and what do you do with those?
I love those reports. So a video goes out every other week, and then after the video, then the report comes back and tells me who's looked up the value of their property. And I usually get 10 to 15 people on that list. And those are the money people. I mean, those are the people that are, if they're looking at the price of their house, 1 in 10 is probably going to sell. So I love calling those people. And, whoa, let's see, make sure. Am I still on video?
Good. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, good. So, so I love calling those people. I call them right when I get the list, because it's really fun. And then the rest of the people, I just go down the list, because I get quite a few people watching it. And I just go through the list and look at, oh, I haven't talked to that person in a while, and I haven't talked to that person. And it gives me, I call and say, hey, did you watch the video, and what'd you think, and do you have any other questions, and how can I help? And then I try to ask a few more questions about what they're up to, and it's great because then I re-engage with people that sometimes have gotten lost in my database. I haven't talked to them in a while, and so it keeps me really in touch with everybody.
That's great. So you're getting emails by talking to people every day. You're recording your 2 educational videos a month, which you're just answering questions that your success coach here at Viral Marketing is asking you. And then those go out and they go over online. And then you're calling the people in your database that are clicking on not just the videos, but you're clicking on the call to action links you said. That are maybe
totally.
Want to know, they're searching, click here to search for homes, or maybe click here to get a free home value report if you're thinking of selling. You call those people first, and we put those people at the very top of the report, so you call them right away, right? Now, what if you don't have the phone number? What if there's no phone number in that report because it's not in your database?
I just look them up on anywho.com, I guess, if they weren't in my database. But, most of the people that give me their email addresses, I have their phone numbers, so I don't really have that problem. But I would say on another note, in terms of getting email addresses, email addresses are everywhere. If you have kids and your kids are in daycare, look at the group email the teacher sends or whatever. There's usually 20 or 30 or 40 email addresses just in that alone. Look at the emails that you're getting every day if there are people in your market. you can easily add that way too. So even if I didn't have a database already established, if you keep your eyes out for just your normal everyday stuff that goes on, it's pretty easy to start generating it. But I have to say, though, it's really like actually making contact with those people and making sure those people know who you are. That seems to be the biggest bang for your buck.
Well, what you're doing well is you communicate very well and you're able to articulate your expertise well. From what I can tell for being successful, and you show up to the calls and you actually believe in it and you make your videos, right?
Yeah.
And then you started and you have a very good database. You're not just throwing anyone in there. You're trying to find real relationships. And these people really do know you when you're sending it to them. So that's why you're successful at it. And then also you're setting aside time to make phone calls. And it sounds like you're very good on the phone, good interpersonal skills to talk to the people that, watch your stuff and convert that into a referral or business.
Right.
Good for you. Congratulations. So let's talk about ROI. So you're spending about, $6,600 or so a year to hire us to do all this, to edit the videos and write everything and do all the admin and coaching and whatnot. You said you get about one extra deal a month from this. What is one extra deal a month worth to you as far as a revenue stream into your business?
It's about $12,000.
It's about 12 grand, which is about 144 grand. Would you say, conservatively speaking, more or less, and be honest, that you can probably say maybe 144 grand of revenue would come from following this viral marketing system?
Yeah, totally. And I've only been doing it a year, right?
Yeah. It's going to grow. As you get more videos on there, maybe you start getting some SEO benefit. People start finding you and you get that benefit as well. But also, too, like, let's say you are cold calling somebody and they Google you, they see your stuff, they may be more likely to take the appointment. So there's lots of other side benefits that you get.
Yeah, totally. But I just want to say, like, I'm really doing the bare minimum. I just do the least amount of stuff that you guys recommend, and it's incredible, the results. I'm sure I can do more.
Okay, so let's talk about what you like the most about viral marketing. So what do you like? Can you sum up your experience and about viral and how it's helped you, or what you would tell somebody else about viral if they asked you? What would you say?
I think for me, it's just a really simple program that doesn't take a lot of time. And my time's really valuable to me. I have 2 kids and a lot going on. So it's just a really simple program. And then once I get those the feedback, the Excel form of all the people that watched them, that is so easy to call those people, and it's so effective. It's just amazing.
Can I maybe just go through, what exactly do you say to somebody, your opening script? What's your lead? So let's say I click and I watch your video. I get a call from you. What are you going to say to me?
Oh, I just say, hey, Frank, it's Christy Morrison. How's it going?
Hey.
Hey, I saw that you watched my video. Thank you so much. And I saw that you clicked to see what the value of your property. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I want to sell my $1 million house.
Great. Okay, well, let's get together today and put it together. Or sometimes they'll say, it is. Or they'll start asking questions. Or, oh yeah, I did look at the value of my house, and I'm wondering, how's the market, Christy? They'll always ask, how's the market? And then I tell them how the market is. I usually say, before I call them, I'll look at some of the other homes that are for sale in the area. So I'll say, oh, hey, your neighbor's house just sold for $1.3 million. It was a little bigger than yours, and this one down the street, it's for sale for $1 million. It's not even as nice as yours. And so when do you plan on selling your property? So I'll say stuff like that.
Okay. What could you truly share with somebody that to be successful? If you could share something with the rest of our clients here at Viral Marketing, if you could share with people who may be on the fence with viral marketing, and not so much as the company, but the concept of building a database and communicating with it and prioritizing follow-up and just having that mental space to approach your business from that angle on some way, what would you tell somebody to be successful? What do they need to know to get the results that you're getting?
I think just keep it simple. And, when you do the videos, think about what people would like to know about it and have confidence and just go for it. It's pretty easy.
Okay. Well, Christy, I want to say thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being on the Hangout today. I hope people have kind of learned more about how all this works and what they can do and where they can take it. And it's just so simple, isn't it? I'm just so glad to
It
hear the
is.
simplicity. I mean, you really, I think we said it before this. I went to the office for this hangout and I said, okay,
Yeah.
who's following instructions the best here at Viral? You know, who's doing it? Who's following the instructions? And they said, Christy, Jason. I'm like, is she getting results? He's like, yes. And you know, you just embrace the process and you're doing exactly as we recommend, and you're getting the intended result. And it's so refreshing to hear when you embrace that proven, repeatable process, you get the result. And if anyone's wondering why maybe it's working for her more than
Yeah.
anything else, it's because that you focused on that database before. So even if you
Yes.
don't have a database, even if you starting with zero database, you know, today is the first day of your rest of your life, they
Yeah.
say.
Totally.
And you
Yeah.
can start right now when you're on the phones with people, telling how you
Yeah.
can educate them and be valuable and ask for the email address, bring it into your database and start that communication. So I just want to share that with anyone. Like, oh, I don't have a large list. Well, that's how I would answer that. So,
Yeah.
Christy, thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to let you get back to what you're doing, get back to work, and go making some money.
All right.